Desire is not what you want. Desire is who is providing for you. And if you don't understand who's providing for you, well, you will mistake the devil's despair for God's provision. Today, I'm going to show you what desire truly is and how it shapes your entire life. Welcome to the YouTube channel, everyone. Welcome. We're going to be talking about desire. And a lot of people think desire is something that you just kind of want. Maybe I desire to go on vacation. I desire to go out in the snow. I desire to, get a dog. I desire to be rich. Desire. What is desire? Because I'm talking about it for a reason. Desire actually means from the Father. That's what the word means. The etymology of the word desire, it means from the Father. So, which father are you serving? All right. Now, I want to show you some things that are going to blow your mind. Number one, the word life. Life means spiritual existence imparted by God. Spiritual existence imparted by God. That's what life means. The etymology of the word life, it means spiritual existence imparted by God. So what that kind of infers is there's more than one type of existence. It's not just physical existence. There's spiritual existence. There might be more types of existences that maybe you and I are not privy to. So with that being said, let's look at desire, because we're going to get back to that word life here in a moment. What does desire mean? From the Father. Now, let's look at desire from a spiritual point of view. If I can just take your imagination for a couple of moments. I need you to bring up the image of you right now. Now, bring it up in your mind. You could be sitting down, you could be laying down, you could be driving in your car, you could be, playing with your kids, you could be cooking, you could be doing whatever. But pull up the image of what you are right in the moment, as if you were looking at yourself from like a fly on the wall. So this view is only one half of what desire actually is. The rest of it, actually, it deals with the spiritual world, because if you receive something, then that means you have received something from a provider. You can't just receive something from nothing. And you being the fly on the wall, you'll notice in spirit that there is it's kind of like a tube. It's like a tube, and it comes through your belly button, and it goes into the spirit world. Now, this tube that I just described, that's connected to you and goes into the spirit world, that tube is what we call intuition. What is intuition? Intuition is part of desire. It's part of what desire actually is. So intuition, it means spiritual perception. So think of, different types of pathways. You have a walkway, you have a sidewalk, you have a door, you have a window, you have, a tunnel, a cave, you have, whatever else, types of pathways. Each of these pathways in this example is just symbolic to intuition. Now, intuition is what we feel. You say, oh, my gut feeling. Oh, my gosh, my gut feeling. Interesting. Actually, the tube is not in your belly button. It's in your heart. It's connected to your heart. Okay. So We say, oh, my gut feeling, and we usually tap our chest, or we put our hand over our chest. Or you can feel a physical sensation in your chest. That tells me God talks to the heart, and so does the devil. Ooh. You didn't think your devil going to talk to the heart, could you? Well, yeah, there's some evil people out there. There's some wicked people out there. How do you think they're so wicked? Because the devil can talk to them. So when you are, the fly on the wall, you see yourself sitting, you see that tube coming from your heart into the spirit world. The tube is called intuition. The substance inside of that tube, let's call it inspiration. Inspiration. Yes, God can inspire you 100%. What does inspire mean? It means to be in spirit. Inspire. It's a compound word. To be in spirit. Inspired. Yes, the devil can inspire you too. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do it to you this early, but it's true. The devil can inspire you. What's that called? That's called temptation. When the devil inspires you, it's called temptation. When God inspires you, it's called hope. Ooh, I'm dropping bombs on y'all this morning. Listen, when you understand that both God and the devil have access to you, that they can communicate and present images to you and, try to get you to do things and not do things and, all this crazy stuff and great stuff, then you know how dynamic life actually is. Oops, there's that word life again. Spiritual existence imparted by God. So when we understand that both the devil and God have access to us, that they can communicate through this thing called intuition, with the substance called inspiration. So our tube carries inspiration. Our tube of intuition carries inspiration to the spirit world. And we get to decide where the other end of our intuitive tube connects to in the spirit world. We have the ability to decide if it connects to God, or if it connects to the devil, if it connects to angels, or if it connects to demons. We have this ability. Yes, we do. 100%. You don't have to be Christian. You don't have to be Catholic. You don't have to be Muslim. You don't have to be agnostic or even atheist. You just have to be a child of God. And look at you. Well, because God is not Christian. He never was. But nonetheless, Jesus Christ is the way, is the only way. Through him, we will get to God. Now that's that disclaimer, because all you guys gonna, say that I'm doing something crazy over here. I'm not. I want you to know that as you are sitting on the fly, as a fly on the wall, looking at yourself connected to the spirit world, what will happen is that entire process, if you can encapsulate that into a single image, that entire process is called desire. Yes, that is called desire. So when God is providing for you, there's an action, or there's there's something that he observes, and he labeled that something. That thing is called appetite. When you consume the provision, it's called appetite. When you consume even temptation, the demonic inspiration, when you are taking all of the gifts that the devil gives to you, that's called appetite. Okay? And appetite is spiritual. It's an indication of your your provider. Many people think appetite is only about your belly, your stomach. No. What music do you crave? What foods do you crave? What activities do you crave? Do you crave watching pornography? Well, then you probably have an appetite of lust and pride. This is why appetite is appetite. It's just a demarcation of the beginning of your provision. Who is providing for you? Desire. Now, I don't think this is going to be a long video today. I don't. But desire is very much a heavy spiritual process that you cannot escape. If you are a human being, you have desire. And you can only control a few things. Number one, who it connects to. Number two, what you receive. So they can provide, but you can reject it all day. So God gave you life. You accept life. If you're listening to this, you have accepted life. Now, maybe you don't want to be alive. That's a different story. But you have accepted it. You might be hungry in your belly. So you go get a sandwich. You have accepted that sandwich. You might see rich people and then you think that they're all evil. You have accepted greed. You have accepted that the demon called Mammon is your provider, because Mammon is the demon that rules over greed. If you have not found your purpose in life, if you can't focus on one thing for more than 10 seconds, well, then you have accepted, without you even knowing, you have accepted that the demon called Asmodeus is your provider. And Asmodeus is the demon that rules over lust. Lust is the demon of distraction. A lot of people think lust is about sex, and it's not. But it doesn't matter what you think. It really just matters the process. And lust has a process. Asmodeus has a process. And I think I'll end the video here. But if you are being tempted with lust on any level, man or woman, if you are a man and you are being tempted with lust, if you are a woman and you are being tempted with lust, I want you to know I am hosting a live masterclass December 7th at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, and it's called Mastery Over Lust. It's linked in the description below. Mastery Over Lust. This is something you do not want to miss. You do not want to miss this masterclass. This is my second masterclass, but this, I fully believe I am the first human being in all of humanity, thousands of years, to ever really solve lust completely. I've beat the demon. I've beat the deadly sin of lust. I'm pretty sure I have. And if you want to beat lust, if you want to defeat lust, you can too. If you cannot make it because it's on that day or that specific time, don't worry. You can have access to the replay, but only if you register before the event. If you register after the event, you will not, you won't be able to register after the event, period, but you won't have access to the replay. In this replay, you'll be able to download. You'll be able to do all the things again with the replay that you want. Study it, learn it. All of the spiritual warfare tools that I teach you about lust and how to defeat it. All biblical principles. They are all biblical principles that work. A lot of people say that to flee is good enough. Fleeing is not the solution. Fleeing lust has never been the solution. You might think so, but it has never been. Jesus did not intend for fleeing to be the solution. If Jesus intended fleeing to be the solution for lust, he would be a liar, because fleeing, that's you being scared. Like, if you flee all the time without addressing it, that's you being afraid. So, because you are made in the image of God, there is no fearful bone in your body. There's not a fearful bone in my body. So, you can join anonymously. You do not have to join and present your face or even your real name. When you get on, you don't even have to have your camera on. You don't have to have your microphone on. You don't have to say a word. What you do need is this revelation. Okay? You need this revelation. So, the link for the masterclass is below, and I will see you in class. If you didn't know, now you know.